like there's three pictures, and it's the negative 2 is positive, then you go to the picture in the middle.
So there's three pictures like this.
Yeah.
This is, you're going to -2.
Yeah, and then there's like a picture.
This
Yeah.
picture.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So it's going to.
If it's going down, it's -2.
I don't think I'll go to
So we're going to -2.
I'm going to dedicate, well, I'm just going to have
Start on the left side.
then I'm going to do some journalism stories, and then I'm going to do, I have a lot of Spanish to do, and I'm on to do my final.
Wow.
Right. Or 3 minutes, or anything? I don't know.
They're all, my Spanish is not even supposed to be now.
Do you go after break?
I'm
kind of glad I go before.
Oh, I lied.
Like, I'm glad I go before because then I'm done. And then I say I would do another break. Well, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm the second day after break, so.
Oh, so I'm just gonna first day.
Yeah, then I can, then I'll just like rehearse my,
Ah.
and like, what I'm
I was gonna go one.
I haven't even started my script at all.
Me either.
Well, it's just because like
I need to.
I'm trying, and like my PowerPoint's basically done. I'm just like adding words to make sure it's over 3 minutes.
So what are you doing today tomorrow?
I feel like 3 minutes.
This.
Is she on you?
I got
If
60%
you
on my
talk,
advanced
not,
scan.
like when you read, you,
Yeah, I got a
you read
76.
fast.
I'm
Yeah.
no
Try
one
to like
That's better
talk
than
because
60
especially
at
when
Yale.
like, we don't want it to be
I'm a
slow.
score
Did you even
Oh,
understand?
yeah.
Like,
I'm
I
nervous
I didn't
for 3
understand what
minutes.
some of them were asking.
I know, like
I
my
asked
the
someone
culture one, I'll get
Well,
it
yeah.
easy.
But then there was like 2 positive values, and I knew it had to do with
You got
whether
the
it was
song.
positive.
Not that it counts.
I got 60.
There's
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
albums.
And then
Give
what
us
I'm
the-
doing
I didn't
is
know
like
these
I'm
songs,
pausing
they
the
were
song
all on the
and then
thing.
being
So I
like,
didn't know what to do.
yes, like what's there, and then audience lovely, lovingly.
Well, yeah, and like she doesn't actually play it, and then she'll restart it, like just like restart it for 20 seconds afterwards. Right.
So I'm going to go out there to that tree and
Like,
just like have it.
And that,
like some
yeah.
product.
So
I
totally
said,
guess
I said if we move to A, because we then out to A, then you're going to have to bring it up. Then that is what it did. I can do it so much.
Mr. Ward, I'm gonna go on this computer real quick and film something. We're making a rap in English. It's crazy. Believe that? We're rapping. You're not rapping. You're You're not the one who's rapping. I am. Oh, man, no. Fine. It's for the video. Oh, you got the eye of the tiger? No, it's like a really good game. It's about like what tiger is. Tiger tail and shark. No, he did not. He played it. Read. He played it. Fresh. I'm not tiger yet. I know, but we tigers like to fight even when it's in the night. The tigers like to kill, but we only kill what kills. It's a better beginning than your beginning. The king used to slip by to explode into the tiger. Little lady part. Now they're calling it upon fire. And the older tigers do not used to run up like the ladies. Okay, no. No. Okay, fine. Do it. Ladies are lacking the Latin language. Redo it, Sean. No. In the older times, we did not used to rhyme up like the ladies are lacking the Latin language, but we debated whether to speak it. I'm busting out this person that got laser vision, and I'm burning a hole in the wall. Now we're rising out of this prison. Oh, that's a good idea. Do it one more time. Starving the people. No, stop. Starving the people will increase its hunger. Go ahead and starve me to death because it won't make me stronger.
Read it a deeper. I got it.
No,
No, I got a good part. I got a good part.
Olden times we did not used to run a fight. The ladies are lacking the wanting language, but superior rather to speak it. I'm busting out this prison. I got blades of fishing and I'm buzzing a hole in the 1 hour racing road this prison. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, we're good. We're gonna do this.
It was a good right start.
We gotta get a better beat.
All right.
We're rapping today.
Today?
No.
Oh, say it. I don't even have.
We're not rapping.
I gotta edit it. Wait. No,
All right. All right. Hey, we're gonna go through just a couple problems today. I think we went through these quite a bit. Okay, there's gonna be a couple problems. I'm gonna switch a couple directions on certain problems in your book. If you have your book out, that'd be a smart decision because we do have homework today. So take those out. I'm gonna explain what we're gonna do today on the page. And then I'm gonna tell you like the directions we're gonna switch. Okay?
Where's the video?
Okay. Say again.
I want to put this on your desk.
Yes. Alright. Okay. So we are gonna kind of switch some of the instructions, like the actual homework that we're gonna be doing here. So hopefully that makes sense and you kind of know what we're doing. Okay. All right. Okay, we'll start with the first one. Okay, we'll start with the first one. Now I'm going to pick one of the problems from the book, so I'm going to pick this problem right here. Okay, so this is the first type of problem that they're asking for. Okay, if you don't know this problem, I'm on page 92. So if you're looking at page 92 in your book, I'm looking at problem number 2 at the very top of the page. So, again, this is page 92, number 2. Exercise A. Okay. Now, what they want you to do on this problem, they want you to tell me what number did they underline. Not just, don't tell me like the number 5. That's silly. I know that's a 5. You know that from like first grade, that's a 5. I want to know what spot that was. Okay? What spot is that? Say it again. 10,000. The reason why, because if you were to put that number down here on this chart, that is absolutely right. That is the 10,000th position. Because look at where my chart is. This chart will be on the board today, so you can kind of use it. It's I think I put it on the website the other day. Just to make sure that you understand that. Okay, I put it on there for Thursdays and Fridays stuff. I think the video from yesterday, I don't think it's online yet. I think it's still posting. It's having problems with post-production. What you're going to have to do is for those first couple, tell me the spot, and you're absolutely right. This spot that you're telling me that's the 10,000th position. So they're going to underline a certain number. So you have to get very good at that. Does everyone understand, like, this is what you're doing for those first couple of problems? You tell me what they underline. Okay, the second type of problem is what we've been working on the last couple of days in here. They're going to give you a number, and I want you to put it into word form. Okay, so let me give you an example of those. I'm going to put number 2 on the board. So this is problem number 2 from exercise B. Okay. All right, so problem number 2 from exercise B, here it is. It is exercise B, we're doing number 2. On that same page, 427.389. Okay, so now what we're going to be doing, this is the problem I said I was going to switch the instructions from what the book said. Okay, the book says, write the spot that, write what the last term is, right? What is the last number ending in? That's not what I want. What I want you to do is write that number into words. That's what I want you to do. The entire number out like we did yesterday, what we practiced. Okay, so that number, if I put that on the board here, that number is 427 point, and that is a 389. Okay, so again, I'm using my chart to help me out. I'm going to write that into words. So how do we say the number in front of the decimal? 427. All right, so let's write that down. So 427. Okay. that's just the part in front of the decimal. Now, I got to the decimal point. What do I have to put there? Word and. Because remember, anytime you get to the decimal point, you have to write the word and. It's the only time you should be writing and on your problem. So that got me to this point. Again, that is the word. That is the decimal point. That's where we put the and. Okay, now, the next three numbers. You just say that number out loud. So ignore all the stuff up here. How would I say that number out loud? 389. Right. So write that down. 389. 89. Okay, and now that we're done, now you have to write what was the last spot we ended at. So that always has to go in the back. That's what we're going to put it back here. So we ended at the thousands position. So they're basically testing your knowledge on what spot is what. So like what certain places are. You know, they're underlining. You have to tell me what spot that was. The second ones, they're having you write it out into complete words. Okay. Is there any questions with the instructions, what they're having you do? Okay, so it's testing whether you know certain place values in the first couple problems. The second problems, they're having you write out complete words. All right, here's your homework today. I'm going to give it to you right away because I want you to get to use some time where you can actually work on it. This assignment is due Thursday. Now, the reason why Thursday is because I'm not expecting that Friday we're going to have flex. Okay, I'm not expecting. We're supposed to get 3 to 5 in the morning with 20-mile-an-hour winds, and then we're supposed to get 1 to 3 in the afternoon with 20-mile-an-hour winds. So probably 8 inches maximum down to maybe 6 inches. So
Basically, my Friday's releasing.
now, that is just me saying that. That is not in administration or anything. So that's just looking at the Weather Channel, looking at what we're going to get. Okay. So if we have school, no worries. We'll just do notes that day anyway. But if we don't, that's what I'm expecting. So this homework is due Thursday, and I want you to take it home over the weekend. I want you to make sure you get it done beforehand. So here's your homework. It is exercise page. So here's your homework.
Wait, so those two examples?
Those are like your types of problems you're doing.
Oh, I wrote them out.
Wait, are they
All right, so page 92.
that we're supposed to do?
We're doing 1 through 15 odds on exercise A. Those are the exercise A problems where you tell me what the spot they underline. And then you're doing 1 through 9 all exercise B. And these are the ones where I change the words. I change the instructions. I want you to write these in verbal form, word form. So note this, write into word form. Write into verbal form. Okay. Ignore the instructions on that 1 through 9, whatever they ask you. Okay. Questions, comments about what you're doing here? Okay, I'm going to leave those two examples on the board. That way you kind of know what you're doing for exercise A and exercise B. Okay, it's kind of one of each. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to leave the chart on the board as well, in case you need it. Some people like to have that chart. I think they have a chart on the top of the page, correct? They have a chart? They just don't go as far as I did. You know, I went out to the millionths, and I went out to the 100 millions. So I at least want to give you a lot of options, so if your number's really big.
So the verbal format's just written out like that?
Words, yeah. Yep. So I'm going to leave exercise A and exercise B so you can kind of look at the board and see what you're doing. So I've definitely done a lot of the homework for you already. Okay, the big thing I'm checking for is spelling. If you're worried about spelling, make sure that you're checking, check your Chromebook and you can type stuff into Google Docs and see if it's spelled correctly. So it'll spell check it for you.
they underline the number that's where you write the.
Yeah, that's the spiny tail. It's like hundred spot or one. Then you tell me what number is before. So maybe it's a 1 spot, 10 spot, maybe it's in the thousands position, 10,000. Was that? As long as you're not playing on it, that works. It happens every single time I assign an assignment.
Hey, Mrs. Schmidt, you want to hear our rap?
Yeah.
That was very fast.
Come on, bring it out.
No, bring it out. Oh, why should I? Well, you're eating it. Your laptop's not at home.
Yeah, it is.
It's in your bag. Yes, it is.
So you guys are able to record it and everything?
No, we just got part of the lyrics because it's for English.
Yeah.
It's funny. He has the lady part.
Alright, Alex, you can.
Just the lady part.
Justin, yeah.
You're the lady part. Okay, that's how it goes. Well, this is line one for the lady. This is what the end said. In the olden times, we got. In the olden times, we did not use to rhyme a fight. The ladies are lacking the Latin language. We debated whether to speak it. I'm busting out of this prison. I got laser vision, and I'm burning a hole through the wall. Now we're rising out of this prison. That's the lady part. That's just line one. Sean, do the tiger.
Why should I do this, tiger?
Because you made him do this lady.
I'm a tiger, yeah, I know that, but we're tigers like to fight even when it's in the night. The tigers like to kill, but we only kill what kills. The king used to split fires to explode into the tiger's den. Now there's going to be a bonfire where there's a fire that means hotness and burn. Starving the beast will just increase its hunger. Go ahead and starve me to death, it will only make you stronger.
That's good. Drew and Golden, I even started.
No?
You haven't even started?
We shot. You gotta remember how
We're still trying to figure out who's gonna do what.
Yeah?
I ain't rapping. I don't.
No?
Okay, hey, let's take a seat. Okay, now Beth's in the bathrooms right now. All right, what we're gonna do right now, because I'm gonna give you some time where you can actually work on your homework. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go over the test we took because I forgot to do that yesterday. Maybe I should have done that. Totally forgot. So let's go over that right now. I'm gonna hand these out, and I'm gonna ask for them back here in a minute. So. All right.
Word, I'm really mad. Because it says 1 through 15 odd. I did every single one of them.
Well, hey, you know what? Maybe you should read the directions.
The directions should read me. They should not read them.
All right, here we go. Once it pops back up here, we'll go through it. Answers will be on the board here. We'll go through each one. Okay. I'll make that a little bit bigger. All right, here we go. I'm going to want these back. Don't put them away. Don't throw them away. Don't put them away. Okay. So I'll ask for them back here in a second. There we go. All right. So let's make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. I'll explain as we go. You can see the points. You know what things are worth. Okay, it's out of 43 points total. Obviously, you can see that from the score at the top. Number one, you count how many numbers here, how many boxes were shaded. Well, there is 7 here and 3, so that's 10, and there's 21 boxes. It's 7 by 3, so it's 21 boxes, not 22. Just count your fingers, seriously. All right. So that was the first one again. Beth, we're just going with the test we got. I forgot to screen yesterday. Common denominators here. Common denominator between 8 and 11. This is the way that I do it. Some people like to multiply diagonally. That's fine. I just do common denominators, so it's 88. Multiply this by 11, take the top term is 11. This side multiply by 8, take the top term is 8. This fraction is bigger. 40 out of 88. That's a bigger fraction. You have to have that little arrow. The mouth wants to eat the bigger fraction, which is that question. Okay. All right. So that's that problem. It's worth 3 points. Why it's 3? You had to somehow do some math to prove it. So if you didn't do anything, you missed a bunch of points. If you did at least something to try it, that's fine. I had some people, I had somebody really cleverly, they divided these. They divided the fractions to figure out what the decimals were, like the decimal point, the percent. That's really clever. You can see which percent's better, so that's the better score. You know, that type of thing. It didn't matter which number was bigger, it mattered the score. Okay, so that was the 5 over 11. Okay. Number 3, figuring out what the question mark is. You have to do the goldfish method. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see my goldfish here, because I did draw it. Okay, where's my cursor at? There it is. Okay, so fish method, you start with the above or below the question mark, you cross multiply, and you divide by 7. So multiply the 5 times 35, which is a really big number. You divide by 7, you get 25 exactly. Again, you have a calculator, you should not be close to. Moving on. 4, you had to simplify. And again, I believe the points here on this is 3 points. Simplifying, they have a 2 in common, so I divide them both by 2. These both have a 3 in common. That's a 3 and 7, that's a 2 and 3, so I cross out the 3's. It was 3 steps because there was 3 actual fractions. I was looking for 2 over 7, not 6 over 21. If you had 6 over 21, I automatically counted it wrong because you had to go as far as you could. Question?
Number 2 was 1 point, right?
2, I believe it was 2 points.
3.
Number 2, 3 points.
Oh, 3.
Okay. All right. Number 5. This is worth 3 points. You had to make this an improper. Multiply the bottom, add the top. So that's how it works. 56 plus 3, which is 59, and it is always over 7 because that's what that fraction is on the bottom. Okay. I had somebody. They did all the math right, but they in the very end they forgot to put the 7 on the bottom. They put a different number, which I don't know how that happened. Number 6. You had to get rid of that 13 over 10. So what I did is I did the 13 over 10, which was 13 divided by 10. So 10 can go in the ones. I subtract 10 times 1 is 10. Subtract, you get 3. So the back fraction here, if it pops back up there, is 3 over 10. And then the 1 there, so 1 and 3 tenths. And then these add together to make 18. That's the correct way to do it. Now I had somebody really cleverly make this an improper 170. 17 times 10 plus that, that's 183 over 10. But then they forgot to change back correctly to get to that. That's the correct answer. I thought that was really clever for me to read that. Okay, but again, this problem is worth 4 points. There's 4 steps here to do that. All right, next page. Okay, this one you had to simplify it. 32 divided by 6. 6 can go into that. 5 times 6 times 5 is 30. Subtract together 2, so it's 2 over 6. This can go down. I was accepting either or. Okay, I wanted you to simplify it, but I was trying to see did you even get to the right mixed number. Okay, some people they divide by the wrong number. I don't know how that's possible. Okay, number 8. All you have to do is go straight across, and that's how you multiply. 8 over 39. Alright, there we go. Number 9. Let's scroll down. Number 9. The only way that you can do that problem, you had to make it an improper. You had to make these improper. That's the only way you can multiply the mixed numbers. You can't just multiply across. So that's 49 over 10, because it's 40 plus 9, so it's 49 over 10. And then that's 7 plus 3, which is 10 over 7. And then what I do is when you go straight across, you can get a really big number, 490 over 10, but then you have to simplify it. The 49 and 7 can simplify because you can divide them both by 7. So dividing that by 7 is 7, divide this by 7 is 1. The 10s literally cancel out. And so I'm left with 7 over 1, which is 7. That was the idea. That's why we practice so many times what is a whole number as a fraction over 1. That's why we practice that. Number 10. Let's see. Where's my cursor at? There it is. Scrolling down. To divide, you had to flip the second fraction and multiply it. So that's what I did here. The 14 and 7 can simplify. They both have 7, so I divide them both by 7. That's 1 and 2. These both have 3s. Divide them both by 3. That's 1 and 4. When you go across, it's 4 over 2, which is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And some people, they were trying to simplify and they weren't getting the right answers. I don't know how they were doing it. Okay, all right. 11, you have to change these to improper to start with. So that's 15 over 2. So that's 14 plus 1. And then this is 18 plus 2, which is 20 over 3. And then you have to flip this over because you had to change it to multiplication. Now I can simplify. Like these have 5 in common. Divide them both by 5. These don't. So when I go across, that's 9 over 8. That's kind of what I was looking for. I was looking for that. 9 over 8, which is 1 and 1/8. But I was looking for that fraction. Okay, 12. You have to add. You cannot just add across. I had somebody tell me it was 8 over 20. You don't do that. You have to find common denominators. Common denominator here, you could multiply these together to get 96s. I did 48s. They both went 48s. So multiply that by 4, that's 48. Multiply the top by 4. This one I multiplied by 6, take the top times 6, and now I can add across. that's the fraction that was before. I know that simplifies to be 17 over 24. Same thing. I could have went to 24 instead. I just picked 48. All right. Questions, comments on 12? Okay, and then 13, getting common denominators here before I start, which was 18s. Making that 18 multiplied by 3, so that's 3 over 18. Multiply this by 2, so it's 8 over 18. When you add the big numbers, and then you add the fractions. So it's 11 over 18. Again, you don't add the denominators when you have common denominators. You do not need to simplify those. 14, you had to get common denominators before you subtract. I had somebody tell me it was 7 over 15. You get common denominators when you subtract. So I had to make this a 20, so that's, I had to multiply by 4, so take the top for 8. When you subtract across 9 minus 8 is 1 over 20. I mean, that was about as easy as you can get by knowing the rules. And then 15, I did it by borrowing. I know some people did it by like, they changed these to be proper. By borrowing, I just made this a 22 and then made the fraction behind it 7 over 7. Just to make sure that it had the same denominator. Because I was borrowing a full number 1 up to 23. And when I subtract, now I don't have to have common denominators, I already have them. So 22 minus 14, well that's 8. And then 7 over 7 minus 3 over 7, well I subtract the top, so it's 4 over 7. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Okay? Alright, so there you go. And I believe that last one's out of, I think it was 3 points. So 26 total on the back. Alright, you can look it over. If you choose to retake, that means you just come in the morning, we go over some of the ones that you missed, see what you kind of fixed. If you definitely failed it, so if you check your percent, you take the first page where your score was, if you divide those on the calculator, and you're below 60%, you have to retake it. So that means you have to come in the morning sometime and go over it. Okay? So you can go through that. That's required. If you, okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's kind of our goal today. All right. So to get through that, any questions with the test? Okay, I'm gonna walk around and collect pieces of mine. Bring them back. Eventually, yeah, people get confused, but take it back.
Isn't it? Well, 42 over 43 would be like
Almost 99.
98.
Yeah, it's close. Okay, all right, there you go. Okay, the rest of the time you can work on your homework. Let me pull up that chart again. Let me get rid of this first. All right, there you go. Okay, remember, 1 through 15 odds. You just tell me what part did they underline, like what spot was that in this chart. On the second problems, 1 through 9, you're ignoring the directions, writing down the numbers, the digits in the verbal form, word form, like I have on the board with it. The full numbers out, spelling it correctly, putting the right dashes, putting where they ended, all that good stuff. So there's your homework. What day is that due?
Thursday.
Not. I'm not expecting this class on Friday, but I've been surprised before. So I'm not expecting it. We'll just do notes over there.
I'll go stay home.
You were just thinking of that. Oh God, you really then your car's gonna be built.
both have Annie and my uncle Annie and Brendan. They're both wearing both of them.
Good luck tonight.
How are you? Oh, I'm good.
I saw one.
What?
I saw you.
Yeah, I saved from this morning, get my coffee. Ooh, I saw